am enormously proud of our Constitution, and I really do take time out every now and then to pat myself on the back and just say, you know what, I am proud to be part of a generation that I consider to be lucky. I think we were lucky enough to live through one of the most brutal, horrible systems so that we will never, ever let anyone do that to another human being in South Africa or in the world. And I think it's good that we lived through something so extremely horrible that you don't talk lightly, whether it's about war or about anything. You don't talk lightly about these things. You don't stir up hatred lightly amongst people. You don't stir up racial hatred easily because you know the harm that we're still living with. And I carry with pride, and I consider myself lucky to be part of the generation that can carry our battle scars with pride and to say, I helped to tame this beast. I know we haven't killed the beast because it still stalks our townships, but I tamed it enough. But most importantly, I feel so lucky to be a generation who's still young enough to be part of building a different future. And the most important step for me was drafting that Constitution, and the process of drafting it was more important almost than what came out. And the unanimity with which it was embraced from people who were complete enemies was a triumph of good over evil. But that Constitution isn't going to change things. And that's why I say we have work to do. And the generations after us best also step up to the plate. You know, freedom and democracy is not a spectator sport. It's not just going to come to you here. Stop this nonsense. Roll up your sleeves and build. And if you look at that Constitution, it's not a fascist document. It doesn't prescribe to people how you should live your life. It lays out a vision and a set of values of humankind that is universal. That whether you're living here, whether you're living in Ethiopia, whether you are living in South Sudan, whether you're living in Japan, whether you're living in China, they're universal principles which you have to give life to. You have to make it work in your economy. You have to make it work in your schools, in your curriculum. And so it wasn't an event that happened when it was adopted in 1996. No, it was just the beginning. And so if you're a student at a university today, you must keep that intellectual spirit of intellectualism alive, where knowledge serves the most vulnerable. If you're a leader in parliament, you have to use lawmaking and the implementation of those laws to work for the most vulnerable. It's an ongoing project.